What's up, everybody? It's the Mad Hatter logging back in, reporting live from La Ciudad del Mal. Let's talk some more about Olympics this time, since that seems to be a hot topic that people like talking about at the water cooler. I want to talk about specifically Hope Solo. Hope Solo's a dick, okay? And whatever it is that's going on, she's been able to get away with her crimes and her bad behavior time and time again. And I don't know what this says about her or our society, but I don't like it. Like, how is she not the most hated person in sports or one of? I feel like people don't even really talk about her that much. Like when you think about the most hated person in sports in America, the first people that come to mind are Michael Vick. Okay, he killed dogs, but he did his time. But he did his time, right? If you believe in the justice system, which I think a lot of Americans do, especially the ones who typically would hate Michael Vick, he did his time. But you still hate him? Like, you still think that he deserves more punishment? That's crazy. LeBron James. Now, I can see why, if you're a Cavaliers fan, you don't like LeBron James, but anybody else, who gives a fuck that he left grimy ass Cleveland? Like, you hate him because he left Cleveland? Like, when he went to Miami, everybody hated him. But when he's on Cleveland, people love him. Like, I don't get that. And then Ray Rice. Okay, I will admit, I think the Ray Rice thing has died down a little bit, but his career is done, but people still hating on him, and he's done. And it's funny how Tom Brady, for all the stuff that he's done, people seem to love to back him for the stuff that he's done to his wife, and the cheating that's gone on with that team, and Gronkowski, the way that he objectifies women, But I see women loving that. And Ben Roethlisberger, oh, I forgot, he won a couple of championships, so it's all right, even though he's gotten himself into two situations where he's been accused of raping a white woman. So anyway, let's go back to Hope Solo. You know, recently she dissed the the Swedish team in soccer, calling them cowards because of the way they played. Like, I was reading her remarks, and it's like, I'm like, what? I don't see what the issue is. Like, what, they played a defensive game? Okay, that's called strategy. And then what? The better team didn't win. That happens all the time. As one of my colleagues said, that's called an upset. They didn't break any rules, and how they played was a part of the game. So suck it up. And then back in 2007, she also threw her teammate under the bus. When they lost in the World Cup, she said that if she were the goalie, that they wouldn't have lost. Like, how do you say that to your teammate? Like, come on, man. And especially, like, as a woman, like, you're supposed to be uplifting other women around you. Like, there's this whole thing, like, I've noticed where it's good to see, like, especially on Instagram, where there's like this body positivity thing, and women are kind of going through, I think, this like mental revolution, just like everybody is, and they're starting to realize that they need to be their own biggest supporters. Like, if you're a feminist and you're against the patriarchy, which I think anybody to a certain extent should be, then you should also be supporting your sister and your sisters. But anyway, again, back to Hope Solo and her specific incidents. She was arrested in 2014 under suspicion of domestic abuse. And, according to some of the records, she berated police officers. She was calling them like, oh, you guys are fucking, and, this necklace that I have on is worth more than what you're made of, or than what you'll make in a year, or whatever, in a lifetime. And before that, she had allegedly, become so drunk. She had just gotten out of a fight with her husband, Jeremy Stevens, former NFL player, and she was, her sister's son was saying that she was like in the car, with a wine bottle, just getting slammed, getting smashed. And then, they kind of got in a little tiff in the car. Then they went inside the house, and that's when things escalated, and she started punching him in the face, and according to him, slamming his face into the concrete. Now, he might have taken that a bit too far. I don't think that she was slamming his face in the concrete, but she's definitely got some rage issues. And again, she's still playing soccer, but Ray Rice is not. Now, I think part of that, the reason why people, are really have a lot of hate toward, NFL players, is because of the prominence of the sport and the lack of the excitement about women's sports. If you are a sport that a lot of people watch and you're highly elevated in a culture, you're going to be also exposed to more criticism. And another part of that, I think why Hope Solo has gotten away with what she's gotten away with is because she's a woman, and the American justice system tends to lean more toward the side of women. It's hard to prosecute a woman uh, who attacked a man in our society, because as men, we're taught that, you're supposed to be able to take that. If a woman slaps you around, take it. No matter what, you never hit a woman, which I think is bullshit. Like, if a woman's attacking me, I'm going to do what I can to protect myself. So, of course, it's escalation of force. You want to make sure that if she slaps you, you don't, knock her the fuck out. But it's funny how, men have to think about escalation of force, but when it comes to the police officers and how they attack and kill our black men in the society and black women, we don't talk about escalation of force there. Like, a black woman might resist arrest or a black man might resist arrest, but then he gets shot and killed. Nobody ever talks about escalation of force in that instance. But when it comes to women in our society, we have to be careful when we retaliate, and we have to keep in mind escalation of force. So again, as a man in our society, we're taught to just suck it up and deal with it, which I think is bullshit. But I think things are changing. But anyway, I want to leave that there. Let me know what you guys think about Hope Solo, and I'll catch you guys next time.